What's going on, Jeromes? So it's a beautiful Monday morning. It's actually kind of warm here in the Twin Cities in the great state of Minnesota, but it's time for another Vikings news dump. Oh, wait, this is not a Vikings mock draft. That'd be kind of funny, though. There we go. Nailed it. So a couple things to get to. We already covered the greasy grime of Green Bay Packers losing, as well as the Ravens winning. Cool. But, yeah, and also we kind of covered the Bills. I feel like the Bills are cursed, man. I don't know what it is. You do feel bad for them because I think that their Super Bowl window is closed. I think Diggs is gone. Von Miller's obviously gone. Von Miller got like $5 million a tackle this season. It's rough, man. But yeah. I mean, the Bills were basically just like the Pat Riley Knicks and the Larry Bird Pacers. They just existed during the Jordan era, and it's tough, man. Stuff, but also tough is the dumbest rule in sports history reared its ugly head in the Chiefs and Bills game. So Mecole Hardman, where, by the way, the Chiefs were running wild with Pacheco, so why not just hammer it in? But they gave the ball to Hardman, who both times he touched the ball, he fumbled. But Jordan Poyer knocked it out right before the goal line, and a fumble went out through the side of the end zone and resulted in Bills ball and a touchback. Now, I understand like the supporters of the rule, where they're like, okay, if it's a dumb rule, what's the solution? I don't know if there's a perfect one, but it feels like all right, so if you fumble the ball out of bounds at the 1-inch line before it touches the pylon, it's still your ball at the 1-inch line. But if you fumble it on the other side of the pylon or through the pylon, you lose the ball and also 20 yards of field position. That seems a little bit punitive and random. But could you do a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the fumble and a loss of down? I feel like that's more in line with what we're talking about here. But either way, of course, the Vikings had this early in the season when Justin Jefferson extended the ball against the Eagles right before the half, turned into a whole 10-point swing, but nah. But Jeremy Fowler, ESPN, good chance the touchback rule for fumbling through the end zone will be changed this offseason. Momentum behind NFL correcting it. Penalty considered by many to be too harsh. So this is what happened. If this didn't happen to the Chiefs, there would be no talk about changing the rules. Like, oh, the rule is fine. But since it happened to the Chiefs or since it happened to the Bills in the playoffs, they're going to change rules. I mean, how bad are the Bills too, where they literally changed the overtime rules for you and you still can't get it done? And same thing for the Chiefs too, by the way. But I don't know. It's like it's so blatantly transparent and obvious sometimes what goes on. Like, fix it. It affects the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. Oh, we'll fix it. We'll fix it for you, buddy. Should have ran up with Pacheco. But one of the nice things about the Chiefs is that Jason Kelce, the good Kelce brother, former Eagles center, apparently retired. He was getting his party on, man. So he was taking shots out of bowling balls of Bills Mafia. He was having a good time. And Jason Kelce is awesome, man. Like, I would go drinking with Jason Kelce. Travis, but Jason, so he's jumping out of like the luxury suite and chugging beers and all that stuff. It was a good time. Now, here's what's funny. So people complain about Taylor Swift, and then people complain about people complaining about Taylor Swift, which is way more annoying, by the way. So as soon as they showed, it's like when they showed Eminem during the Lions games, or now they're showing Kelce, is like, oh, is TV showing them? Is that distracting you from football? Shut up. Everyone shut up. It's a beautiful Monday. I'm turning over a new leaf. What day is it? This is 22nd of January. Everyone shut up. That should be everyone's New Year's resolution. But speaking of the less cool Kelce brother, awful announcing. Michelle Tafoya, I think Travis Kelce is retiring after the season, like his brother. I think he's looking at future plans. I could totally see those two pulling a Peyton and Eli sort of gig, maybe on Peacock. So, Manning Cast on Monday Night Football is great. I don't know, like, who elected the Kelces as like the spokespeople of the NFL, by the way? When did that just happen? I feel like just overnight it's like, oh, the Kelces. Oh, you mean the cool center and his jabroni brother? Yeah. But, I mean, their podcast is apparently good, and if they wanted to do commentary, awesome. Also, I love that basically, Like every other player in the league now has a podcast, and it's good because they could talk about topical things. Turnaround time is also very quick, and I feel like it's democratizing content. And of course, someone who has his own YouTube channel. Yeah, I mean, why shouldn't guys like the Kelces and guys who have something to say have one? Besides maybe Chandler Jones and Antonio Brown, maybe put the kibosh on that. Who knows, man? Something I do know is, so of course we got some flack from Lions fans because that's what happens. So yes, 100% we understand, because we're not stupid, that this is a reference to Dan Campbell's preseason press conference. Oh, we're going to be biting kneecaps and all that stuff. Only an idiot doesn't realize that that's part of that. Also, I'm coming in hot today. Maybe I'm just overly caffeinated, but on the NBC broadcast, there was a sign at Ford Field that said kneecap, other kneecap, hunk out of them, blah, 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 blah. All right, so yes, there are references and allusions to Dan Campbell's speech, but you have to have like two brain cells or like completely smooth brain to not realize that kneecap, the Vikings logo, and other kneecap, Rams logo, is a clear reference to Hockenson and Higbee getting their knees blown up by Kirby Joseph, Lions safety, right? And yeah, I know that some Lions fans will push back. It's like, oh, the Vikings is just a symbol that they won the division. Why not show the Packers? I mean, the Packers were second place in the division. It is what it is. But it is clearly an allusion to Hockenson, who, I mean, I understand that there's bad eggs in every single fan base, but there was a significant number of Lions fans who were celebrating Hockenson and his knee getting torn up just because, oh, he didn't sign an extension here, blah, blah, blah. Sam Laporte is better. Why does it matter? Why does it matter at all, man? All right, so again, obviously it's an allusion to Hockenson, obviously an allusion to Higbee, and just so first off, NBC shows this, right? Sort of celebrates it. Then the official NFL Twitter account is like pretty much hashtag NFL playoffs. Just like not even think about the ramifications. Like, hey, basically this fan is glorifying the injuring and maiming of opposing players in a quirky, fun sign with references to the coach's speech. Oh, great. And then NBC shows it. Then the NFL's like, yeah, let's do that. And then Justin Jefferson weighs in. So y'all wild for posting this? Thumbs down emoji. This ain't cool. So obviously he's standing up for his guy, Hockenson. And also, here's the thing too. Like, Justin Jefferson grew up in Louisiana. Like, he knows all about Bountygate, and he knows that Dan Campbell was part of that Saints team, and we know that the Lions play with a little bit of a chip. Now, I'm just saying, is there a systematic bounty system with the Lions? Probably not. But are they habitual line steppers? Yes. Is that celebrated by the fan base? Yes. And apparently it's celebrated and tolerated by the NBC as well as the league. So cool. By the way, that tweet's still up. And again, for the 17,000th time, yes, Sherlocks. We understand it's a reference to Dan Campbell's speech, but also, yeah, the logos for the Vikings and the Rams, not an accident. Not an accident. Also, a tweet that sort of went viral is that, so apparently this guy rocking the Monroe jersey, which I'm not going to lie, it's kind of cool. So you take two jerseys, you got a road one, you got a black one, and you slice them up, and then you stitch them back together, all Frankenstein style. Actually, it looks kind of cool. Wait, maybe Kyle's Juszczyk wife could make a jacket out of this, or at least a smock or something. I don't know, man. But the douche that never sits down. Now, I feel like a playoff game, you kind of give them a pass, right? I mean, there's some energy there, but also, I mean, standing for 3.5 hours is a long time, bro. But also, it's not like a week 4 game, But standing the whole time, even when you're on offense, when everyone's quiet, so that Jared Goof can hear all the complexities from Ben Johnson. Oh, yes, coming on in. Which I can't wait till the Lions lose Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn. But we'll see. And also, so they've been pointing out that this old-ass Lions fan who's been loyal for many, many years, season ticket holder for 49 seasons, which is great. And also, it's his birthday. Happy birthday. Happy 80th. 2 home playoff best birthday ever. And now they're just going to jack up his ticket prices 36%. It is what it is. And I do feel bad because, like, tickets for Bucks Lions were almost $1,100 for standing room tickets. That's ridiculous. Hey, why did this guy get standing room tickets? I don't know, man. I don't know. But also, so now the only thing standing between the Lions and a Super Bowl is Brock freaking Purdy. And yes, I understand that he has the Avengers around them. Hopefully Debo's shoulder holds up, but I don't know. Like I feel like some Vikings fans are like, well, you know, the Lions have sucked for so long, and we just want to see them win. Why? The Vikings fans have had a very painful history. Do you think there was a lot of Lions and Packers and Bears fans cheering for the Vikings last year? Or were there? Because I remember there were just so many Packers fans and Lions fans and Bears fans who were just so upset for the Vikings after Daniel Jones put up 431 yards and 31 points on Kirk Cousins. I just remember that. No. F the Lions, F the Packers, F your face. Also, hey, I'll take 2 weeks of the Purdy narratives versus 2 weeks of the Lions. That's it, man. That's it. Also, I feel like Lions fans in Vegas, that's a bad combination, man. Oh, man. But it was something that the Lions get right. I don't know what this is. I was meaning to look this up. So a guy went viral yesterday where he had like looks like a club adjacent type sandwich, but of course it's racked up and stacked up like a Flintstone sandwich. No, what was the one where they built the tall sandwich? Oh, was it Scooby-Doo? Must have been Scooby-Doo. But it looks like there's a giant stick holding these things together, but I don't know. Is this a normal concession thing, or is this custom? Or did this dude smuggle in like a 3 foot tall club sandwich? Because either way, I'm in. And I will say, club sandwiches, underrated. And I feel like if the entire world just had a club sandwich, like we're talking about, all right, so 3 slices of toast, preferably sourdough, and you got good mayo, and you got lettuce, you got tomatoes, juicy beefsteak, maybe an heirloom tomato. Then you got a little bit of turkey on there too. I like adding a little bit of roast beef, a little bit of ham. Make this like a tri-deli meat club, and just win the day. Win the day, man. Oh, actually, wait, hold on. So in Rochester, there's like a mom and pop bar and restaurant called Beatles, I want to say. It's spelled like Beetle, like the bug, not like Beetle the band. Probably because he doesn't want to get sued. But every day they roast turkeys. So they would do a turkey club with like carved like roast turkey breast. It was the bomb. It was amazing, man. I don't know what this accomplished, but also, again, I want to know where the hell the sandwich came from, man. Did you smuggle this in? I don't know. I don't want to know why the sandwich is so warm. Something that's also warm is Jordan Love. So Packers fans are like, oh, yeah, we're on house money, and Jordan Love looks really good. Congratulations. But Sleeper NFL put this out. The Packers are expected to make Jordan Love one of the highest-paid quarterbacks in the NFL per Adam Schefter. Love will be eligible for a contract extension in May. Now, they did this funky little extension. Basically, they gave him a little bit more than what his fifth-year option would have been. But, I mean, Jordan Love's finna get paid. And probably looking at tier 1 money, $55-60 million a year, which I'm okay with. I mean, hey, drain your salary cap and make sure that you can't resign some of your veterans, even though, yes, you are the youngest team in the league, allegedly. But, I mean, all of this for not looking like ass for half a season. Because, I mean, do we remember what Jordan Love looked like against Florida's defense week 9 at Lambeau, Vikings at Packers? I don't know, man. But I would prefer if Jordan Love didn't become the next future All-Pro Hall of Fame quarterback, but I guess we'll see what happens. That's why they play the games. Bring it. Bring it, man. Also, if you're going to play in Texas, you got to have a fiddle in the band. So, playoff win since 2002. The Houston Texans were introduced as an expansion team in 2002, bringing the league to 32 teams and then splitting into 8 4-team divisions. But the Texans, playoff win since 2002. Texans 5, Cowboys 4. Which is so great. But because you remember, so the Texans, getting a wild card win last weekend, which was great. But you remember the Texans were pretty damn good for a hot second under Gary Kubiak, where he had JJ, he had Matt Schaub, he had Andre Johnson, he had Arian Foster. I mean, for a hot second, Houston was really damn good, man. But Kubiak didn't get it done. Then Kubiak eventually got the. I mean, Kubiak won a Super Bowl with the Broncos. With like the corpse of Peyton Manning just being dragged along by that defense. It's crazy, man. But now we have these title games. So you got the Lions at the Niners, which is the late game, and then you have Chiefs visiting the Ravens. I don't know, man. Like I do want. I would prefer Ravens and Niners because, frankly, I just want to boo the Lions. That's all. And plus, I think San Francisco is going to take care of Detroit. Detroit is a completely different beast outside as well as on grass. I think that the Niners defense is going to get their ish together. I think they're knocking off quite a bit of rust and also playing in the rain against Green Bay threw a wrench into things. But hopefully Brock Purdy can remember to get the freaking football to Christian McCaffrey. And also, George Kittle, look out for your needs, bro. And hopefully Aiyuk will be good to go as well. No, Debo will be good to go. Aiyuk is going to be fine. And hopefully that defense actually gets their stuff together, man. But Chiefs-Ravens, I mean, I feel like people are sort of done with the Chiefs. And it would be great to see Lamar hoist that drum bar one time and silence all the haters and the losers and go from there. But we all know if Kirk Cousins didn't pop lock and drop his Achilles on the greasy, grimy Green Bay Packers garbage grass, this is what it would be. This is what it would be, man. And then the purple and red conspiracy theory with the logo definitely will hold up in some capacity in all likelihood. But that's it. Monday. You guys know what to do. You guys are the best. Skull production value.